Right off the jump this thing lets you see, I can see more of my work, do adjustment without having to swing it up, and look around. Very affordable too, has 3 settings that I can switch between without needing to fiddle with the knobs. The green / yellow hexagons are my jam, so it looks great. It's a bit heavier, and bigger than my old blue flame, but it does have more glass, and it covers more of my head. The rest is nice and light. I don't use it every day, so the battery should last a long time. From welding, to going to the beach without the pesky sun in my eyes, this thing does it all. Good quality for the price. Better than Hobo Freight's brand of hood. Love the view size. Only have had it a week, but works well. Not the fanciest helmet, but it has pretty good features and works reasonably well. Pros: it's light, it has a good up position détente that holds in place, seats comfortable. The head suspension is well padded, has settings for grind and cut, good reaction time, reliable dimming, highly adjustable large view window. Was able to actually fit a 3M 6000 series respirator under there with the squarish filters mounted. Tight, but they fit comfortably. Smaller pink round filters would fit easily with this common mask type. Good neck coverage in the front. Probably true of most helmets, but it's nice it comes low enough to keep the UV off your neck and provide some debris protection as well. Cons: it tends to pick up light reflection spill over the top of your head, making some positions hard to see your work. You get a light reflection inside the helmet. That may be addressable with some adjustment, but the top doesn't extend back as far over your head as maybe would be ideal. In grind mode, it's pretty dark, which is its lightest setting. This is my first auto-dimming helmet, so maybe that's normal. Ideally I would like to see it have no dimming on grind and give better visibility. The viewer window shield, which is replaceable, is pretty thin and I caved mine in just picking it up. To pop it back out you have to pull the glass out, which is a pain. That could be a bit sturdier. Overall, a very serviceable helmet, at least for a hobbyist user like me. At first I thought it didn't work. I tested it by looking at the sun. It didn't shade. After messing with the settings it finally started to do something. But what it did was very confusing. When I blocked the sun with my hand the lens went dark, and unblocked the sun it didn't shade, like you would think. It seemed to work opposite what it should, and it was consistent. I thought it was junk. I even started a return but figured I should test it welding. Sure enough, it worked as expected, and continued to. I works great, for now. So if yours seems to not work looking at the sun, be sure to test it welding. I just hope it lasts. It is quite flimsy when taking the lens out, it's hard to hang on to. Basically a less than optimal design. If the lens easily came out the front in order to change the lenses, that would be better. It is comfortable and the shading can be adjusted to dark, which is good. Once I got the shading set right I could see the puddle very well. The battery is a bit difficult to get out too, just a flimsy plastic design. It would be nice if when you pushed on the battery it would pop out. But you have to dig and pull with your fingernails on this. Another thing that is less than optimal is the tension adjustments on the side to set the window where you like it. I had to tighten these down pretty hard to make it not fall lower than I like, and doing so it felt like they were about to break off or strip. Not sure how long that will last. So, overall, once set and don't change it much and be gentle how you hand it, I think it's good. Probably about $25 overpriced though, but what isn't these days? I love all the features of this hood. It's the best hood I've ever owned and for a great price. I can easily switch between grinding, cutting and welding with the little flick of that side switch with my left hand while I still have the hood on. The shield works great for all 3 types of work. My only issues so far has been that it took me some trial and error to get the flip down tightness just right with the side knobs, and that it fits relatively well on my head but it doesn't feel quite tight enough. I feel like when I tighten the crank at the back all the way it kind of skips a tooth and doesn't continue to tighten to where I would like it to be. But aside from those two little nitpicks, I'm very satisfied with my purchase. Incredible value. I had a YESWELDER helmet I bought in 2019 and it was great. Light blue viewing, seeing everything. Got so it wouldn't stay up very good, but still used it. Where I am working now provided a Lincoln 3350, good headgear, but not better than my old YESWELDER. I purchased this a few weeks ago and thought it was defective because it was not blue view as my old one. Contacted YESWELDER asking if they changed their lenses, they said no. I reordered it thinking I didn't give it a fair chance, and boy I certainly didn't. My old one was such a bright blue that you could see everything, but got your eyes after an entire shift. This isn't blue, but not the dark traditional green either. Hard to describe. Sorta a light lime green with a bit of yellowish tint. Can see everything, and eyes never tire. Would take this over the $370 Lincoln every time. Headgear seems slightly fragile, but held up perfect after hard use for 8 hours. The pad on the back isn't fastened the greatest, just an adhesive tape holding it on. The 6-point Lincoln headgear is a perfect fit for it, I checked. So eventually I'll probably replace it with that. So for an extra $48 for a headgear upgrade, we'll have a tremendous helmet. Highly recommend this helmet. For all the people saying they get flashed, I never did on my old one, or this one. I have been flashed on a nightly basis with the 3350. Works well and is very comfortable to wear. Can have it on for a number of hours, without getting a headache. Nice setting availability as well. Can fully recommend this unit. Mascara 2 Mises.deusojak bro and pirend.na kabika a carniera atras. Edit, strap broke on the second day of using. Very flimsy. Don't know where to get a spare. Wondering how I've been welding with any other helmet until I got this. The width, the clarity, the response, the comfort, the price. Just perfect. Comfortable to wear, more comfortable than my Tiger hood. Fairly decent headgear, it stays put when adjusted properly. I had bought a Lincoln Viking headgear to replace this one, but decided to stick with this one for now. I love the optics this helmet has, as I can see again when welding, and once you dial in the sensitivity, you almost don't need to use the grind switch at all. I find this to be a very good helmet for the money. As a note, this helmet will not work with a hard hat adapter as it is a bit narrower than ones that do, but I don't see that as a disadvantage as I would rather be able to get into tight spaces. If you need one to fit a hard hat, then there are other choices. This item did exactly what it claims to be.